What's up, everybody, and welcome to the final episode of the Holden Hz Ute build. Yes, I know it's been ages, and I'm sorry. I was actually just getting ready to start uploading or editing the footage for our next project, and I realized I hadn't actually put out the last episode for this one. So, yeah, here we are. So in the last episode, we were diagnosing the vehicle as it wouldn't start. So we did a bunch of tests, and in the end, I ended up going largely with my gut feeling, but also kind of what the diagnostics also led me to. I put some fuel in the car. So even after the customer ensured me that there was a full tank when he dropped it off, that's all the issue turned out to be. It basically run out of fuel. I told him that, and he was still sure that there was a full tank. So either somewhere along the line the fuel's run out, or he never actually filled the tank up. Either way, we got it running in the end, and we only wasted a little bit of time. So, yeah, let's go check out the end result, I guess, or at least for now. So this here is the final product for now. All the engine wiring and stuff is pretty well done. There's still some little bits and pieces left to do, as you could probably notice. The fuse box there isn't actually complete, but it's at a stage where it can be taken and brought back once the rest of the stuff's sorted out, as the owner has time to do some of that stuff for himself while I deal with some other projects I've got going on. I think I've shown you guys the underside of the car yet, so let's do a quick walkthrough and I'll show you some of the dodgy work that's been done. Got a big dent in the sump, but that's nothing there. But here we go. It's all in the welding, which is just horrible. It's the floor pan underneath your feet. Go up. It's kind of hard to see with the camera. That cross member in there has been cut down to allow space for the gearbox. And there's just some real shonky welds on it. I mean, this car's got to go to engineering. You can't have stuff like this on it. So here's the underneath of the back seat bolts. It's just rough. So this here is our fuel pump setup. So external pump. Got a new fuel sender unit. And that just runs along the top of the tank and goes into the side of the tub where it runs down the inside of the vehicle. I'm also not a big fan of the rubber hose that runs all the way down for the fuel lines along the chassis underneath. It'll do the job, but anything that gets flicked up or that, it's likely to be damaged quite easily compared to the old steel pipes that were there originally and for whatever reason aren't being used now. So that's basically it for this section of the Ute build. It took a lot longer than originally anticipated, as we kept running into more and more problems. That's the kind of thing you get when you're dealing with somebody else's work that's already had to go, especially when they don't know what they're doing. And also when you're trying to do things cheap. And I mean, that whole loom should have been rewired, and it probably would have saved a lot of time. We wouldn't have run into so many problems that we did. But job's done now. The owner is on his way in to pick it up, and we'll be saying goodbye to it. And we can move on to some bigger and better things. Well, maybe not bigger, maybe not better. Some other stuff, which will be a lot more interesting for myself, and hopefully for you guys too. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the HZ Ute build, and I will see you in the next project.